Lucas here with you once again, just on the edge of downtown St. Augustine. And those signals were all red a second ago. I thought the 105 was on its way, but now it just switched to yellow north. So we got northbound. Stay tuned. They also staged all this equipment here the other day. I don't know what's going on. Looks like they're going to do that, maybe bridge work. I'll show you the bridge when I get up there. All right, here's the bridge. Remember, this is the San Sebastian River. Brackish tidal, meaning it's fresh and salt water. I couldn't miss filming the trains on this bridge on this another beautiful day, cold and clear. Look at that sky. Darn, is that signal off now? I just checked it I checked it several times since I've been here, and it's been yellow. Well, so one thing I know for certain is that the 105 will eventually show up. Well, I abandoned that. I had to come somewhere where I can see signals again, see what's going on. And yes, the 105 is on its way. And unfortunately, there's no signal down there where I can see whether a southbound is coming. I still would have been able to film it coming over the bridge, but it is what it is. It's a lot warmer up here. I was out on the bridge for over an hour. It's about 50 degrees with a stiff wind, and so, what's that, 40 degrees, and you people, anybody here from the north, well, you know, you can take your 20 degrees and you know where to put it. When you get older, the cold bothers you, and now, I lived in Florida 33 years, and yeah, 49 degrees with a 10 degree wind chill factor is 39 degrees, and that's cold anywhere in the world, I think, except for maybe Antarctica. Anyway, stay tuned for the 105. I never saw this pile of stuff. It's been here for a little bit, but looks like the switch was swapped out. Anyway, here comes the train. Stay tuned. Well, we'll get the horns. We may not get a crossing gate. I'm kind of stuck in the middle with you. It's all good. Beautiful day in St. Augustine, Florida, up near the county offices here, if you didn't recognize it. All right, here we go. Switch hands so I can tip my hat on this side today. All right. When I tip my hat, if you recognize it, I'm going to say thank you. Nice looking train. I'm wondering why I'm not using my tripod. It fell apart again. Thank you, America, for selling out your manufacturers, giving us $29 worth of pieces of crap tripods. I mean, yeah, that's cheap, but what did I use, like half a dozen times? Come on, man. You want to know why young people can't afford a house? You can let all the manufacturers go. Yes, you. Government lawmakers. Obama. Oh, they're saying really loud. Anyway, let people sell out America. And then wages drop. So now you got people in a coffee shop. Paid. Wondering why they can't afford a home. Anyway. Alright, there you go, today's ABC 105. Once again, near the county offices, I went up to Bayard to meet my buddy and get that, go to that mac and cheese bar place. Man, it's delicious. I got 20 different kinds of mac and cheese. Well, stuff on it. Anyway, I had the one with spinach on it. Spinach and chicken, it's delicious. Anyway, high green for tonight's 107. Stay tuned. All right, saw the train coming around the corner. That's the horns at Big Oak Road. We're gonna get. Well, we'll see the crossing lights start flashing at 5th Street here momentarily, and then you'll get another set of horns. And then we got the 107 tonight, right here near the county offices in St. Augustine, Florida. I'm going to show this sheriff's office complex one of these days, man. St. Johns County Sheriff's Rock. You can't have a decent civilization without law and order, man. Okay. Sorry. Liberals. I mean, I'm liberal. Sorry, blue state people. Oh my God. Sorry. Fix that. Anyway, enough. You know what I'm saying. I'm not going to say it again. Here comes the train. All right, so it's Monday night. It's not my usually Tuesday night. The crew that, but you never know. Let's see. Here we go. FC 107. Right here. Oh, I said that. In St. Augustine, Florida. Historic St. Augustine, Florida. All in the motor tonight. See, it's a long train. Well, sometimes there's only a few cars on it. We're manifesting. It's still a long train, so. Excuse me. Oh, boy. Sorry for that movement, you know. Part of that is choking, not coughing. I'm not sick. I'm damaged. So the flap, which controls the whether it goes down your windpipe or whether you can breathe or eat, is damaged. And so right there, I just swallowed some air. Oh my God, he can breathe. Temperature just dropped 10 degrees, 15 maybe. Not a humongous train, but a nice train nonetheless. All right, Matty Googus, I'm still here in Bayard, and here comes the second northbound. Stay tuned. Who noticed in that clip that that middle signal was yellow? The sun was so bright here when I got here, I wasn't even looking at the signals anyway. So that northbound is stopped on the main line, and we got the probably the Bunnell local coming out. Stay tuned. So why is that middle signal yellow? Isn't it obvious? And they call that intermediate yellow anyway. I know, so I wasn't in train operations, but yes, it's because it's lined with siding. Sorry, because it's clearance to the siding. I remember the other day, the switch is lined for the siding. See the connecting piece touching up against this rail I'm standing over. So if you don't want to listen to this part, just skip ahead, but let's get this over with. Maybe the Bunnell local headlight will pop in the screen while I'm filming. So there's three things. Well, sorry, let me go back to the beginning. So I'm hard on young people, yeah. There's no free lunch, okay? And a lot of young people, not all, but a lot of young people seem to think that somehow they can get a free lunch. Yeah, everything's really expensive, but here's three ways we should be able to cut our expenses, okay? Three things that you do, okay, young people? And I've done enough observing, I've done enough talking to people. I literally, I don't yell at people, but I have to speak loudly to get their attention when they're in their car, driving with their phone in their hand. But yes, please don't drive with your phone in your hand. It's the #1 cause of accidents, okay? So there's a lot of accidents now, way more than there should be. and that's the main reason. Other things that can cause accidents that you do, yes, it's right on red, but after you stop, okay, I've done enough of it again, I've done enough observing, even I got a story of my own son. Okay, so, yeah, you come to a stop, I guess you can crawl through if nobody's coming, but no, you can't just blow through it and take a right turn. Okay, if there's a green arrow, that's a different story. I'm talking about full red, stop, and then right on red after stop. Okay, so you have to come to a complete stop to be legal, and then you turn right. Okay, so my own son, I was teaching him how to drive, and, you know, I got a pretty big truck, and so I tell him to take a right up here, and so he's doing fine. He puts the signal on, he goes over, he's slowing down, he pulls into the turn lane, and I realize he's not slowing down enough to come to a complete stop, and so I hesitate for a second to see if he reacts, and he doesn't. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, he said, I'm turning right, and I'm like, yeah, after you make a stop. Anyway, I did yell at him, and he panicked and went into this drainage thing that was deeper than normal. I'm lucky I didn't lose a strut in that deal, but yeah, he was fully with the understanding that he was just going to go through that stop right on red. Okay, anyway, and then the last thing you can do to help cut down on accidents is you can't park yourself in the left lane and just drive there, okay, at your low speed with your little Previa. Look, I had a diesel Rabbit when I was your age, so I'm not making fun of your car. But the left lane is supposed to be for passing, and I know traffic gets heavy, but if you don't let the people who are going fast than you by moving over to the travel lane, which is the right lane, then they're going to try to wind their way through the traffic, and likely cause an accident. So there are 3 things you can stop doing, and hopefully insurance rates will come down soon. All right, here comes that train. It's most likely the Bunnell local. Stay tuned. See the gap on the right-hand side now? All right, so for those of you laymen, there's a flange on the inside of the train wheels. Keeps them inside the tracks. It's a really simple idea. I don't know who thought of it, but it's genius. Anyway, stay tuned. All right, so now the train light is off. That must be that maintenance train. The signal is still yellow to proceed. The switch is still aligned with the siding, and that train is still waiting down there, but I'm losing my patience. All right, here comes another northbound. Sorry for filming like into the sun, but I stopped along US 1 here. There's no way to get over there without crossing the tracks, which is a no-no. Notice I'm being a little more deliberate about getting the northbound. The thing about northbound, you gotta come out, there's no time, okay? You just gotta come out in the morning and be patient. You know, I have things to do in between, so it's not like I'm sitting around waiting all day. Of course, I shouldn't try that. I'm sitting around waiting all morning. But they come at, well, they come generally in the morning time, between 6 and 12. But if you're out here milling about, then you'll be able to film it. So I want to do more than just the 105 and 107 southbound, so making an effort. Oh yeah, big long intermodal Empty train. That's wheels down in front of you for some reason. Alright, there you go. Ever seen Northbound right here in Bayard, Florida. Alright, Matty Googus here with you once again. Yeah, I know, I'm in a rut. Just outside of downtown St. Augustine, but it's paradise here, man. Anyway, I'm going to give you a different look today, so stay tuned. High Greenburn Northbound. So the suspense is killing me. You, of course, have no idea what I'm talking about. But this is the view, this is the look I'm giving you today. Remember I was talking about those BNSF trains that were filmed from a distance? Well, this is from a distance. Even with that little wraparound there, maybe I can get the whole train in one frame, but I doubt it. But check this out. This is the marsh where the San Sebastian River is. In fact, the old headquarters is in the picture. In the corner, left corner there. I don't know if they're gonna see me from over here, but I got an orange shirt on. I can try and give them the hat salute. I don't know if I'll get a wave or not. Nope. Oh yeah, nice. Sweet! We love our rail fans. Woo! Sorry for the my minute. Of course, I had to sprint over here. Like I said, go do something and the train will come. Anyway, I was here. I've been here for an hour and a half on that green. That was the longest. I mean, an hour and a half from here in south of Daytona. Like, I didn't know trains had that much clearance, but for that distance. I know there's no traffic at this time of the day, other than northbound, but anyway. There's all kinds of track maintenance going on, and that's south of the Ormond Beach Yard. That's south of Bunnell, where the rock is staged. Anyway, hopefully, like, this is a beautiful shot for you. Obviously, did not get the whole train in one picture. The high cubes block out the tail of the train, but even without that, it's just not long enough. I'll try to find another spot where I can get the whole train in one picture, but that's going to be tough here in Florida where it's flat. Plus, you saw the multiple locomotives. This is a combination train. Other than the Seaboard, which just went by, oh, and here comes some more. Most of these containers are empty. And look, I don't know how much traffic is two-way or inbound for Seaboard, but some of their containers are probably empty too. Excuse me. Matty Gookus with you here once again, and train crews love me. I'm teasing. The train crews are loving it, I guess. I don't know. Again, they love their job and they're hardcore. I love what they do, and I love doing this. It's fun for me, and it's respect. All right, respect. Sorry for the wavering camera. I'm standing on a rock, and hopefully that you don't see that. My phone camera fixes that. But all right, there's the end of the train. There was no way I was gonna get this whole train in one frame. Not a chance. All right, well, we'll look for that spot. I don't know where it's gonna be here in Florida, but it's not gonna be one of these double northbounds, that's for sure. Woohoo! That is a long train. Thank you, Florida East Coast Railway, for making my life fun, and hopefully I'm making other people's lives fun by showing my respect and sharing this information, sharing this activity with you. There you go. Matty Googus out. All right, so this is the famous St. Augustine Lighthouse. I told you I was going to do a little more filming around St. Augustine. Not that this is historic in the sense of the Spanish, but it is historic. I think it was built in 17 something. I'll confirm that. Let me get an outside view. Stay tuned. All right, here's from the outside, of course. And that's about the best view you're going to get up here. There's a nice big platform for people to view, but I don't know, maybe the light would blind you if you climbed up there. Anyway, stay tuned. I will give you the 360 circumferential. Oh boy, I'm spazzing out. Anyway, the view all around, 360 degrees. All right. That's, of course, the Atlantic Ocean. Spans south. This little area right here, I was just telling these folks. This is the famous cut. When windsurfing was popular, I was sailing in here. There's lore has it, there's a giant tarpon that lives in there that's like 10, 12 feet long. Anyway, check out the dunes. That's Anastasia State Park, Anastasia Beach. There's the pier over there that no longer goes over the water. Long story. I'll go out there, and that's facing towards my crib. Not the best day, but hey, if every day was shiny and sunny and clear and every night was clear, they probably wouldn't have needed these lighthouses anyway. Let's go. Now we're coming towards the west. I'm going to go outside of you, sir. Thank you. Towards the west, there's the hospital over there. The famous Flagler Hospital that wouldn't treat me because I didn't get a COVID shot. Anyway, why would I need a COVID shot if I didn't get COVID? Anyway, we don't get COVID in my family. We don't get shit like that. I've had the flu once in my life. Okay? Anyway, 66 years old, I've had the flu once in my life. Okay? Anyway, my dad made 98 and a half, that's all I'm going to say. All right, so there's the old town, and I'm going to zoom in on that. Bridge of Lions is closed. They're doing some improvement, I heard. Oh, I don't know what they're doing, but there's the old town. It's facing a little north of the east from here, and then, west. And then we're coming around to the north. There's the inlet over there. You see all beach and dunes, and that's Anastasia. And then there's a body of water in there, the inlet. And then all those nice, big, fat homes on the other side. That's Villano Beach. That's the Villano Bridge. Anyway, sorry for the wind, but it's starting to kick. I'm gonna have to shut down. I didn't finish the 360 view. That wind was blowing so hard, I'm surprised if there's any sound. But all right, so going out the inlet, and then we're going down. And all this protected area here, again, on the other side of this short body of water here. The cut is Anastasia State Park. It's like I've said before in my other videos, Florida does a great job of setting out protected areas. You know, any other state, that would all be homes, except for maybe Cape Cod. But even Long Island, you know, God forbid you have a piece of beach without a home on it. All right, so this is the volunteer here, Scout. Check out his nice tattoo. Woo! That's a great idea. I only have one tattoo. It's a tiger because I have a passion for tigers. Maybe I'll get a lighthouse. This is the way up, or now it's the way down. But I'm not going to film the whole thing, but I wanted to show you. So it's all spiral staircases. I guess that's, maybe I should ask that guy. No. All right, so here's the way down, or really the way up, but we're going down now. Okay. See ya. I'm not going to film the whole thing, but I'm going to give you the idea here. No, lighthouses did not give people the idea for spiral staircases, or at least it's not in the lighthouse lore. All right, well, I'll have to come back here. My phone's on life support. Wake up at 3 a.m., the phone's dead before noon. Welcome to the 21st century. All right, Matty Gook is here with you once again. Near the county office in St. Augustine, Florida. I came out, I slept in this morning, came out late, but we still got a northbound coming. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. Nice job. Tropicana, you know, again, they're saying that my phone almost didn't activate again. Sorry for the late, but we got it. Oh, good. This is the Manifest northbound, and I'm going to turn. The sun is very bright today, and I wanted to get that camera around the corner, and I didn't because my phone wasn't. I heard it coming, but the phone didn't activate right away. That's the second time that's happened. I got to figure out what's going on. Anyway, so this is the Manifest train. So it's good. There'll be another intermodal northbound. That time to go pick up my food, my hot food, and then come back out. This is the Lewis Speedway crossing, if you haven't figured that out already, you regulars. It's daytime, I know, I didn't have to come up here. But I had to go to the county offices. And Georgie's Diner is on the way. Georgie's Diner rocks. I've been going there since I started working on the railroad in the late 90s. It was Holly's and now it's Georgie's, but same quality. Staff is always fantastic. I don't know if there's something on the edge of my screen that's keeping me from activating my phone. I'll have to clean it. You do a good job. Take the case off and take the case off and do a nice cleaning. Something that I haven't done in a while, yeah. Alright, well, there's a lot of intermodal on this one, but that's always the case because between Fort Lauderdale and Fort Pierce, you're going to have some container and probably a decent amount of trailer activity. Hey, you know, prove me wrong. Maybe there's not another northbound coming. Maybe this is the one big long one. I didn't even notice how many locomotive sets because I was fighting with my phone to get it to run so I could at least film the beginning of the train. Thank you for the horn salute again, by the way. Yes, it's no biggie. I mean, I love it. But he's just a little extra short. Oh, more manifest. Yeah, it's a big long train. What day of the week is it? Tuesday. Sorry, I'm retired. And the rock train. All right. Empty rock cars. Boy, this is a mixed bag today. And there you go. My signature line early. All right, now you're gonna have to zoom in, but listen. I'm not that close, but there's a trick flyer that practices here, based out of here in St. Augustine. I've been hoping to get this. Unfortunately, I got to go in this DMV right now, but maybe it'll be quick, and I'll come out and go up near the airport and film it a little closer. All right, well, I abandoned that DMV visit and came up here to the airport, but I don't hear Patty Wagstaff practicing anymore. I mean, I'm being facetious, but everybody knows who Patty Wagstaff is, but we got one. We got a trick flyer that practices here. Anyway, I heard the restaurant here was really good. I'm going to go in. All right, Matty Googie's with you. So, one quick note. I love this area. I love St. Johns County, but the DMV office is some kind of a trip, man. They got some kooky numbering and lettering system to assign that the people that want their that are coming in there for driver's licenses and registrations and so forth and so on. And, you can sit there for hours and never have a clue, like, when you're going to be called. Been a change of ownership, and they only open for dinner now. All right, Matty Googie's here with you once again at State Road 207, and we got high green for the 105, and let me swing around here. A crew working on the tracks. That's interesting. Anyway, stay tuned. So let me zoom in here. Yeah, we got a maintenance crew working up there on the tracks. With the 105 on its way. All right, so yeah, it looks like they're clearing out. I was gonna say, shouldn't that signal be at least yellow? Unless it's yellow until you get to this signal here, which is south of where they're working, and the first and just the end of the speed restriction zone. I can see them taking step out of the trucks, so they were just scoping it out. After this 105 train goes by, they have many hours of daylight. Well, several hours of daylight left before the next train, so they must be going to work after this train goes by. And so they were just scoping out the job, and now they're unloading the tools and materials probably that they need to do the job. All right, the 105's in sight. Here go the gates at State Road 207. Wait for it. Move over there. So in that little gap, you see the white truck? Right in that little gap there. All right, here it comes. Oh yeah, there's a little salute for the crew, for the maintenance crew. Good job. Of course, double salute for the maintenance crew. That's what keeps these guys rolling smoothly. Yesterday's 105. Love to see it. Like to see that industry. I don't know if it's coming back to thriving here in Florida. So that's the track. That's the cars they were using for maintenance. They remember, or something like that. Must be staging in the south somewhere. Alright, they got more boxcars. Wow, could this be an entire Limitless train? Nah, not much, right? Not the 105 or the 107. Here we go. That's a lot of manifest. Wow. Looks like they forgot to load the intermodal. I've seen these fine cars get relocated north and south of Florida. I've seen a lot of trailer activity as trailers go by. Push. Massive 105 today. Oh, I see the end. Alright, that made the scooter today. He's already standing there by the two of them already standing out there by the track. Alright, I'm not gonna film it. It's cold out. It's less than 40 degrees. Alright, there you go. Alright, Matty Gook's here with you once again in Racetrack Road in Jacksonville. South, very south Jacksonville, just on the border of St. Johns County. Anyway, that is the headlight for the 107, tonight's 107. Stay tuned. All right, so he's pulled out of the yard. He's starting to cook on the speed run before reaching St. Augustine, where he has to slow down. All right, well, the days are getting longer, and my shot is completely washed out by all those headlights. All right, here we go. Gate should go. Right on cue. Woo. Yeah, he's cooking. Wow, my shot completely washed out by that freaking light. Wow, gosh, it's not like that. Alright, here we go. A little different look. Look at all these headlights are awful. It's so fun. Now, what's not to like? Football team's getting good again. Not a humongous train tonight, but a train nonetheless. There you go.